Paramedic 1 with Accomack County Department of Public Safety. I want to talk to you for a couple minutes about this month's in-service, which is the Stair chair. Stair chair is a pretty useful piece of equipment. It's made for getting people out of tight spaces or other areas where standard stretcher just wouldn't be applicable. Downstairs, tight hallways, bedrooms, things like that. We're going to talk primarily about Striker. Striker is the manufacturer that is going to be most prominent with the majority of the ambulances on the eastern shore. Striker units, there are a couple different models. This particular model is the Pro model. It actually has the Stair attachment with it. We'll go through all the features and functions in a second. This unit weighs about 40 pounds empty. Once it's fully deployed, it's capable of lifting and moving patients up to 500 pounds. Even though we're going to talk about Striker, everybody should know that it may not be the brand that's carried by their particular ambulance. I advise everybody to check through their particular equipment and make sure the functionality is the same. With Striker models, Strikers, typically anything you see that is in red actuates or moves a particular portion or part of the system. So we'll just go through basic deployment. When you pull the Stair chair out, in order to open it up, you're going to grab the top handle and you're basically just going to push out and down. And you're going to want to ensure that it locks in place by pulling up. All right. Once it's deployed, you'll see there's a couple different straps. They're color-coded, one black and one green strap. Typically these are going to crisscross the patient once they're sat down and match up with the corresponding colors. Okay. Once you've got the patient seated and have them strapped, there are a couple additional straps that are available to you. We have ankle straps. The ankles obviously just to keep the feet in place so they don't get tangled up in the process of moving. We'll come around here to the back. Again, with Striker models, anything that's in red will basically allow you to actuate or to move a particular portion of it. And with this particular model, we have a couple different handles. Say you're just trying to get someone out of the bedroom, somewhere where the stairs aren't really required, but you need to physically move them out of there. You have handles that are located here. Simply going to pull up, checking that they lock into place. And then on the bottom, you have two handles. Again, with red tabs, which will actuate, you can actually pull these out, ensure that they're locked into place so that someone could lift from behind as well as in front. They extenuate out to basically clear you of the patient's legs to make sure you have, once the patient is lifted, you're not interfering with their legs as you're moving the patient along. So these are handles, again, that are going to be used in order to move the patient if you were not using stairs or if you're just trying to move them from one location to the next. Again, you're going to have to press the red button in order to retract. You also have, if you are going to be doing stair operations, you have what we call stair riser treads. Basically all you're going to do is you're going to pull up on that handle. You're going to pull back, again checking to ensure that it's locked in place. Alright, you have another handle here that you're going to be able to pull and extenuate up. This gives you better leverage so that as you get the patient close to the top of the stair, the first stair, you have the leverage in order to be able to pull the patient back. And if the stairs were right here, you would want to let these ride down in a very smooth, fluid motion, even with the stair treads. So again, down the stairs, having the risers ride on the stair treads themselves. Again, all Striker models you have to pull in order to retract. Same thing with the stair treads themselves. Pull in, lock them back into place. That's the basic functionality of the Stair chair. Talk a couple minutes about basic lifting techniques. Obviously, whenever you're trying to lift a patient, you always want to keep your back straight, bend at the knees, and as you come up, continue to keep your back straight. You never want to twist or turn when you have a patient. That's where the majority of lower back injuries come into play. And lifting is a team activity. You always want to coordinate any of your lifting activities with your partner. That's it. That's the basic functionality of the Stair chair. Any questions, concerns can be directed to Captain Steffes.